All right, what's happening, everybody? I'm back. I want to start and open with saying that I'm going to be doing a bi-weekly thing, semi-monthly, bi-weekly. They're almost the same thing. Maybe they're not. I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna make these videos bi-weekly, so I'm gonna start capturing 2 weeks in one. Still gonna be in the same concise, compressed time frame. That's what I'm aiming for. We'll see what happens. But as time goes on, the more we learn, the bigger these projects get, the more repetitive our exercise is doing. So I'm starting to realize that I could probably encompass what we learn in like a matter of 2 or 3 weeks and down into like 5 to 10 minutes, because a lot of it is the same things. And going forward, I also wanna be a little relatable to all my people out there real quick. What I mean by being relatable is basically saying that I am going through a lot of downfalls right now, I guess you could say. A lot of hiccups in life, and they are roadblockers, obstacles, things you have to come over. For example, my car is shit. It is a 1998 Chrysler Sebring. I've had it since I was in my last year of high school. It rolled with me all the way through college, so that's all the way back to like 2009, 2010. It's been with me for a very long time, and it is choosing now of all time, when I'm in school and already barely making any money as is, to start crapping out on me. Other things that are going on in my life, I'm not really gonna talk about. Oh, well, I can talk about like finances. Like, my finances are garbage too. I work at a restaurant where people don't believe in tipping no matter how great your service is, but some people do. So, I mean, I guess that comes with being a server, but it's hard to manage all of that when I'm spending 40 plus hours a week on trying to do homework, being in school, and then like right after after having school, I have to go straight to work. To only work for like 4 hours, because that's the most time I can give them, just to be able to pay my bills. Now, I am thankful that my bills are relatively small and they're not huge yet, so I can kind of handle them. I don't know, not really, because there's a lot of things that are coming out of nowhere. We got like cable bills. I don't even have cable, so really the internet bill, of course rent, utilities, these little small minor pop-ups, my student loans from college that, you know, it's all bad. I got some crippling debt. Like, it's just, everything is whack. So like, everything that could be going wrong with someone right now is totally happening to me. And then of course it's like other personal issues that I'm not gonna talk about on camera, but you gotta handle that stuff too. So like, there's a lot of things going on top of trying to get a new career going. So I just wanted to put that out there real quick. Now let's jump into the recap. So last time we left off, I'm pretty sure I was talking about Django. So guess what I'm gonna be talking about today? Django. But we've gotten further, way further in Django. We pretty much know how to make a complete working app. As a matter of fact, right before we left school this past Friday, he gave us our project, which is awesome. We got ample time to do it. I think I'm about halfway done with it. I'm gonna probably knock out the rest of it after I'm done with this. But I guess what I could say is going off the top of my brain. I know I'm supposed to write notes, but guys, I've not been writing notes lately. There's no excuse for that. I just have not been writing notes, but I have been keeping a log of what's going on thanks to my handy dandy laptop. Remember everything from this laptop. So normally I would give you a day 1, day 2, day 3 type of thing. Again, I have not been keeping notes. I just have not been bothered with doing that. It gets real hard to remember to actually jot down everything because I do not make mental notes to do that to myself. What I can say though is when I break out this laptop, I can just tell you everything that we've been doing. So let's give it a moment to boot up. All right, so what I can go ahead and tell you here, just by looking at my laptop, it's gonna be my new notebook. It's almost kind of thin like a notebook too. Django, we pretty much are making full-on apps. Actually, the project that I'm working on right now, it's like an expense tracker. You should be able to put in information such as, you know, your balance, account name, username. That way you should be able to log in and only see your personal stuff and not be able to see anybody else's. So give you that security factor. That's right. I can make you a site and it be secure like a hug. Hugs are supposed to be secure. So what I'm getting from Django, it's a framework. Let's start there. Much like React, you got your front end, you can do your back end, same thing. Of course, my method is always start with functionality. It's nice to have things that look pretty, but when they don't do anything, what's the point of having it? Nice to look pretty doesn't mean nothing when you can't do anything. It's a note. You don't even have to take that in coding world. Remember that. But I mean, things are pretty similar. You know, you set up your paths, which in React, it's like your routes and all. Of course, each path is going to be rendering another page, or, you know, when you click the link on your front end to go to another page, it's all the same. I think the difference in us learning Django is just a lot of the syntax is different. There's like, it's super simplified. It's so simplified, as a matter of fact, that you can easily overthink the thing and then make it complicated again. And then that in itself is really annoying. So it's like, oh, how do you break this stuff down? I'm just like, you've done it before. So a lot of things I've seen are very similar. Like they still have their own Django methods for using like if statements, or like for using for statements. And you know, you can tell if it's a Django thing if it has like two curly braces and it has not parentheses, but two curly braces, percentage signs, and then, you know, whatever you want in the middle. Like if this list is true for something, then do these things, and you could have conditionals. However you would write any kind of function, it runs the same way. I think it's a little more tedious to me than React, because you have to remember to set up things in your settings, load static pages and CSS files and all that. It's actually really tedious to me. And I think that's why I kind of waver on it a little bit. But as far as like getting content out there, it's quick to get that stuff out there. And that's what I really like about it. Like, you can have a whole website running in like under a week, like a good website in under a week. And what I'm getting is, what I've heard from it is like more like a prototyping type of thing. So, you know, if you want to, I guess, beta test a website, I don't know, I should probably get more clarification on that. But if you want to beta test a site, I mean, that'd be the way to do it. Throw up all that stuff, get your security and login stuff ready to go. You can pretty much make a faux Twitter app for all I know. So that is the main thing I got from it. One of my favorite things I do like about it, it is super easy. I mean, just dumb easy to like implement Bootstrap in it. Like, and this is coming, I'm gonna tell you guys from the beginning, I hated Bootstrap when I first had to use it. I was like, this is stupid. It don't make any kind of sense or nothing. And now I like it mainly because the grid system won me over, and I'm playing with it more each and every day. The fact that you could just easily integrate Bootstrap into that is ridiculous. In the templating system, it's pretty cool too. It helps me, you know, that's how you get your pages to render. That's how anything will render. Like, you can have like a main base HTML, much like React. You'll have your like base page or your running app.js page, and you can just insert these small blocks into these divs inside of your page, and they'll just be there. And I think the greatest example one of our instructors gave us was YouTube, that every time you click on something different, that nav bar never changes. I mean, I'm not saying that they use Python, but it was a great example. Like, if you click around all on the YouTube page, unless you go to like settings or something, like that nav bar at the very top of that never changes, but everything under it changes. If you go to a new video, it changes, but you look at the top, that nav bar is still there. That's like a large cat. Smaller than a bobcat, but totally bigger than a house cat. I'm sorry, guys, there was a cat outside. I am a fan of cats, so if you guys want to give me a cat or a lot of money to help me out with my car and stuff, that'd be great too. Another thing that's different, we use a different database model. We've delved into SQL, SQL. I heard that's debatable, you know, SQL, SQL, whatever, fight me. I don't care, I'll say either. But yeah, we've delved into that and seen how it's pretty much like a table model of things. And like, even when you make your model and you start using it and you decide to insert something in it later, like, You have to have something to fill in previous spaces of that table, or else it just will not allow you to make migrations. Make migration. And so I kind of like that we're delving into SQL. I like it. I like it a lot better than MongoDB, which, I mean, whatever. Mainly it's because I've been using it a lot more frequently. So SQL is very important. And to access this SQLite they already have set up in Django, you could literally go to the what is that? IP address that they'll give you. Click on it, /admin, takes you straight to the admin page, and you can go in, add users, you can add groups, you can add stuff to your models, which is your database, and so you can pull that information and all that out like later, instead of having to go to another third-party site like MongoDB and input all your information and all. So I think I also like that a little more than like MongoDB. But you know, as time goes on, maybe I'll find a way to integrate SQL with React, and you know, our love will be reunited once again. Or maybe I'll just move completely away from React and just, you know, love on Django. Love on Django, guys. This is the last thing I do want to add about all of this. So the reason Django seems a little more tedious than React is mainly because we already had all the concepts down of using frameworks and all, so we kind of implemented all of those methods into Django, and once we got up to par with that, they started throwing more stuff at us, like user authentication, authentication, using forms, form validation, all these new things that we did not use in React. So now we're just getting fed extra stuff, and I'm like, whoa, we didn't even, what is this? We didn't do any of this. And so I'm just like, all right, set up your routes, set up your HTML, set up all this. And it's like, all right, cool. Now set up your authentication. Dang, that is a really hard word to say. Authentication. 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 Somebody give me the etymology on authentication. Oh, I said it that time. Anyways, so I'm pretty much gonna wrap up with this. I know this video might have been everywhere, and maybe I should go back to notes. I think I will go back to notes, maybe because it'll make my life easier. But, you know, we'll just see how that goes. Until 2 weeks from now, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please leave me comments. I like comments. I'm gonna try to remember to reply. My life is a little hectic right now, so just bear with me. Freaking subscribers. Oh my God, y'all are messing with me. Oh my God. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I was like at 36 or 38, and y'all was like coming in the clutch. We are like 44 now. That's 6 away, guys. 6 away from 50. I don't care if it's your grandmama, if it's your Spanish girlfriend, if your dog has its own YouTube channel. Tell little doggo to subscribe to my channel, and I'm gonna subscribe too. As a matter of fact, I got some people in my restaurant to subscribe to my channel recently, which was pretty cool, because, you know, I was just trying to be their server, and then it's like, do you do YouTube? And I was like, hey, yeah, I do YouTube. Yeah, so anyways, like, comment, share this video with somebody. Please get at me. I love to talk to people. Also, I'm very bad at replying, but not really. It just depends on what I'm doing. Have a good rest of the day, night, morning, evening, all that stuff in the middle. See you guys.